Hey, how's everyone doing today? I hope your day and week is going great. I'm going to touch on something touchy for some of you executive business owners and likewise. The reality of having people just to have people. It's a hard conversation to have. And if you've never gone and told someone, why do you pay me? Then you've probably never really thought about this. So I've done that a few times, and a few of you who are connected with me probably have heard me say it. If you're not going to let me do my job, why do you pay me, right? But more importantly, why do we as business owners, executives, and otherwise employ people that aren't needed or that aren't adding value in the function that they're currently in? So, reading this book with my fun book club, 10 Lessons for a Post-Pandemic World. And this was kind of brought up and it really opened my eyes to it, but it's basically a David Graeber calls them BS jobs. I won't use the real name because we're on social media and whatnot, but anyway, that you have people that click a button. One of the examples is George Jetson. You remember he used to go to work for just a few hours, so he had all this extra time to do all this extra stuff, and he would just click a button. He wasn't really needed, but he would go and do it. But think about, without creating the efficiencies that are needed to do that, how many people are already doing that, right? And they're getting paid. We have people that manage other people, and those other people don't need management. Or sometimes the only reason they're there in that management capacity or leadership role is because they don't allow people to do their jobs. I'm going a little bit all over the place, but I really want to stress this. I have found in my leadership roles, success comes from allowing people to do their jobs. In that, success comes from empowering people, giving people the tools they need to perform their jobs so that you as the leader can be more strategic in the way you think and the way you do things. But why is it that people feel like, even at elevated levels, that if you train someone on how to do your job, they're going to take your job? No, that's how you grow. So we'll see people in positions that literally, if they went away, nothing misses a beat because the people under them know what to do. That's a good thing. It's also a bad thing, though, when people are there, don't allow their people to grow and pitch it to the world that if they were to leave, everything would fall apart, right? So you don't need people that just tick a button every day to create a job for them. You also don't want people that literally will sit there and micromanage someone's day when that person could probably be 60% more productive if they were just allowed to do their job. If they were given the tools instead of having the tools held back, right? So, question to all you guys out there, and I'd love to hear comments and suggestions on this, but how are you leading? And how is your leadership team set up? And are they providing the people underneath them everything they need so that they can do their job, be successful, be rewarded and recognized in their successes, right? And then having those key leadership roles actually being more strategic and focused on whatever needs to be focused on. Growth, scaling up, dealing with issues, dealing with growth, dealing with seasonal events, putting their efforts, their brain power focused on the areas where it is most beneficial. I'll give you one last case in point. If you have someone who's in production, let's just say a machinist, and that machinist is tied up all day and you say, I need another machinist, right? And you say you need another machinist because the volume of work that needs to be done isn't getting done by the one that you already have. But then when an outside person comes and looks, right, they say, well, he could actually produce 50% more if he didn't have to move the materials back and forth, if he wasn't answering the phone when no one else was around, if he wasn't filling out paperwork in between each item that he completes. If he just machined all day, he could do twice the work, right? And so instead of hiring another machinist at, let's just say, $30 an hour, you hire someone to handle those other jobs at $10 an hour, $12 an hour. And now you're saving that money, but you're creating efficiencies and you're providing someone else with a job. You make everyone happy, right? So, can you apply that to where you're at? Can you apply that to things you're doing in your life, whether it's personal or professional? Probably. We all can. So thanks for your time. I hope my little rant today didn't get too derailed and that you actually got some value out of it. Appreciate the comments and suggestions, and see you next time. Have a great week.